Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Whew, this one is actually quite a touchy one for me, I would say. Um, Today I'm talking about gratitude. And before I get into it, I would like to just say this live is sponsored by My Daily Choice products, the house of products. We have daily nutritional sprays, hemp wax, mantra, high life travel, and the new brand is Akashix, which is cryptocurrency. So if you would like to know what these brands are and how they work and how you can implement them in your daily life, whether to improve your health or to just have a like much better habits, just drop me a comment, send me a message, and I will respond. So today is gratitude. Like, guys, I don't even know where to begin. So I grew up in a church, and and I grew up in like I used to live in like in town, so to say, but we used to go to church in outside town, which would be like the rural areas and so. And I remember at church they used to preach about being content. So it would, well, the closest saying is yonela into ifumanayo or into inikwayo, which is basically be content with what you get. And it wouldn't resonate with me, mainly because I would see these elders in the church like very old people that were grateful. They were grateful for what they had, but they had nothing. And I didn't understand. I couldn't understand for the life of me how, when you have nothing, you have to be grateful. And for the longest time, this was like the preaching of being content and being grateful. And I didn't understand how, at the time, you would put in the offering plate 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, and you have to travel like 5 to 10 kilometers back home from church, and you still had to be content with what you had, and what you had was nothing. And I developed this belief that I will never be grateful. I mean, I didn't choose to be here on this earth. I didn't want to be here. For all I know, I could have resisted for the longest time, but then I ended up here. So why did I have to be grateful? And especially when I had nothing, why would I be grateful? And I promised myself that I'll never be grateful for anything. Whatever I get, it was meant to come to me. So there was no reason for me to be grateful. So when I came to study film in Cape Town, I was fortunate enough to stay with my grandmother, my mother's mother. And like if ever I would say I have a role model, my grandmother would be that role model, because she she wow, I don't even know where to begin, guys. Like, my grandmother was a people's person. It didn't matter who you were, where you were from, what people were saying about you. The moment you enter their house, she would make you feel so welcome. She would give you her last plate if she had to. People would come and tell my grandmother about their problems, what they were going through. She would make sure that they left like unburdened. They left with a solution or with a resolution of what they needed to do. And I would watch my grandmother, and she had an impact in her community. People, like, anywhere you go and you say "Ngumntana kaMadomo," people would know. She was so revered. I was like, but this woman, she's so amazing. And she was, like, she effective gratitude. Like if ever I would have an example of gratitude, my grandmother would be that example. And this is what she would do. If someone walked in, my grandmother would give them all the attention she had. And then the moment they leave, she starts venting. Like, how can these people come to me? Don't they know I have problems? Why are they doing this to me? Now I have to miss my whole soappies listening to other people's problems. And it's not like she's not willing to help. She is, but this is her. Like, that's the type of person she was. And it got to a level where she would actually start talking about her life. And that's where it hit me. And it reinforced my stance of not being grateful. You see, my grandmother was very resentful of her life because it's not a life she wanted. It's not a life that she saw for herself. My grandmother was married off at a very young age, and according to her, she was too young to get married, even by law. But she got married because they lied about her age, and that's how she actually got to marry my grandfather. But she saw herself getting educated and doing things that she never got to do because she got married and then she had to start a family, and then she had 8 kids, 4 girls and 4 boys, and that was her life. But she wanted more. But as much as she was grateful for what she had, she also resented her life. And this made me look at her and be like, but that's not what I want. And what good is it to be grateful when you resent your life and this is not what you wanted? And it took me a while to actually get to be where I am at now. But what actually helped was me joining my online business. I have an online business with MPC. And in the community, it's not only about the business side of it, but it's also about working with setting goals and your mindset and how you should operate. It's only when I went through this training that it actually clicked. The people that I saw that had nothing in their lives and were grateful, the only reason that they continued not to have nothing in their lives is because as much as they were content and opening themselves up to new opportunities and abundance of life, they were also complaining about them having nothing and about not being able to do anything and about not being able to be where they wanted to be in life. So it kind of closed at the same time. And this is what I would like to inspire people about. As much as you are grateful in your life, don't in the same breath be like, oh my gosh, I don't have food. Where am I going to get food? Be in the moment of content, be in the moment of gratitude, and focus on that, because this is what happens. When you are in a moment of gratitude, you are at a higher frequency because you are happy. Things happen for you because you are happy. When you are happy, you are connected to the God frequency. And this is how it works. The more you are open to that, the more you are happy, the more things work for you, and the more things tend to favor you. Because when you are anxious, or when you start saying, I don't have this, then you are creating anxiety. When you are creating anxiety, you are operating at a lower frequency. And then that's when anxiety sits in, that's when depression sits in, and then you won't be able to focus on what you achieve because you are stuck in the now of the moment. The now of I don't have this, the now of I can't go anywhere, the now of what am I supposed to do with my life. But when you channel the happy energy, then you start seeing, that's why when you want to imagine, you have to be in a happy place. Because once you imagine, you are imagining the possibilities of things that you want to do, and you enforce that. And once you are actually resolute in your idea, then that idea forms, and from that idea forming, then you start planning things. And this is how the world functions. But growing up, I couldn't see that, because all I had was the rhetoric of I have nothing, the rhetoric of how am I supposed to do that? And then in the same breath, people will be like, I'm content, not because they are content, but because they've accepted their fate, so to say. They've accepted this is how the world is for them, and that is what that's what they are stuck with. And that's the thing, you have all the control in you, you have all the control and all the ways to make things happen the way you want them to be. It's just you allowing yourself to be in that channel, in that frequency of wanting things to work, and also operating in that and creating that routine of I choose to be happy, and I choose to actually see myself beyond the circumstance that I'm in. So as we go into this week, I would like to encourage each one of us to actually practice gratitude and get in there. Think of the things that you are grateful for. Think of the things that make you happy. Things that make you happy are things that you are grateful for. And when those actually resonate with you, that's when you are opening yourself up. That's when it's similar to when morning comes and the flower opens to the sun. That's how the energy works. That's how you actually invoking that energy, that frequency of you being able, with your gratitude, being able to operate and being able to open yourself to new possibilities. And with that said, I thank you so very much for joining me today, and I hope we can keep this going. Please click like, click share, and please spread the word and be grateful. Thank you so much. Have an awesome, awesome day and an awesome week ahead.